What's going on, guys? Todd Holland here. Welcome to the beginnings of the Small Business Automation Academy. I'm really glad you guys are all here. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is Slack. Using Slack as a tool to streamline all communication, all lead distribution, make sure everyone at the same time gets the same message. Now, the reason behind Slack, the reason I use Slack is because I'm actually at the head of around 7 different organizations in different industries with people working in places like New York, Chicago, Kentucky, Washington State, Oklahoma. So that's the future of business, is having people from all across the country, sometimes all across the world, all tightly woven together and getting stuff done. Slack is one of the most integral parts of that, because if you have that many people and that many organizations, frankly, and here's what it goes back to. Every person who has the means to do this should have multiple sources of income coming in, multiple streams of revenue coming in. If you just have the one, if you're in real estate and all you have is real estate income coming in, that's not going to be great when there's another bubble, if there is. If you have e-commerce, but you have this background in being able to build websites for people, there's a way to do that on the back end without having to actually devote too much time to this. That being said, if you have this many things going on, you probably have a ton of text messages, emails, Facebook messages coming in. And at the end of the day, you know, things will fall through the cracks. There's a limit to how much the human brain can absorb. So Slack is the main first step in getting through this. We're just going to dive right in and set it up. So we're going to set up Slack for success. So we're going to set up this Slack account in a way that if you have Slack already, please pay attention to this video, because we're going to totally turn it on its head how we're going to do these things. And if you are new to Slack, then this might be a good way just to take a look and see what we're doing. But just to dive right in, I'm going to show you under the hood and what my company's Slack account looks like. One of them anyhow. Okay, so we're up, we're running here. We'll do my real estate company first. I think that's probably one of the most conducive to success. We'll go ahead and we'll try to take this thing back in. Sometimes it takes a moment to connect, but once it's there, it's there. Okay, great. So I want to give you guys a tour, kind of a visual tour of what Slack is like and what the different things are here. Slack is basically a chat room composed of different channels, right? So down here you have the different users in your organization, the different assistants, agents, salespeople, admins, anything like that. You've got them all here. And above that, you've got the different channels. These channels are essentially places where people can have conversations about various things, keep all their ideas concentrated in one area. But then you also have a different use for these channels, right? Because these channels can be lead distribution portals, right? Let's say you're generating a few leads, which we're generating, I don't know how many leads a day, 3 or 4 or 5 or more a day, right? These leads go out with the name, contact, and agent info, letting people know whose lead this is, and a detailed step-by-step pathway of what we need to do to take care of this lead and get them serviced. So there's never going to be any excuse, oh, I didn't get the lead in time. Oh, I didn't get the instructions on how to do this. Oh, I didn't know which agent it was assigned to, so I didn't want to go and overstep bounds. This is the excuse eliminator right here, this plus Trello. This is saying, okay, you know who it is, you know who it belongs to, you know what to do. So and this Slack app, by the way, is on the phone too. So as something comes into Slack, it comes on the phone. It comes into your email if you want it to. It comes on your desktop. So no matter what device you're in front of, and because it's 2017, I refuse to believe that there's a time during the day where we're away from any device for a long period of time. So there's no excuse not to be able to service your clients and their leads. That being said, as the leads come in, you can assign them to these different channels and essentially, really streamline who deals with what, when they deal with it, how they get notified of it, and keeping this kind of stuff away from the people who it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too, because you can add people to these channels as you choose to. So if you have one that's like your listing booster leads or leads that come in, you put every salesperson in that channel. If you have one that's administrative action or new product development, you just put your admin. So it's pretty important there. So I just want to show what this looks like. I'm going to dive back over to the other screen and show you how to set this up. Very similar to this. 1 second. All right, welcome back, guys. We just showed what the Slack channel looked like when it's done, but I'm going to show you how to build it out step by step. Follow my lead. It'll take maybe 15 minutes tops to do this. But it's important to do it this way because later steps that we're going to have done are going to kind of rely on having a very similar structure to this. Cool? Cool. Okay. So you're in Slack. You're at slack.com. Pretty easy. You're going to go down here to get started. If you haven't done it yet, if you already have an account, don't do this, but we're going to go ahead and start a brand new a brand new team. So create new team from scratch. You're going to use your email address, info@myanalytics.com, for example. And they'll send you a confirmation code to your email. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video and hop back over and grab my code, but it'll come in to your email and you'll see it. You'll be able to copy and paste it right in. So hang on one second. Okay, perfect, guys. So I just put the code in that came into my email. It's going to ask for my first name and last name and username. You can have whatever you want, which is something that people are going to recognize it. And you're going to choose a password for yourself, whatever you want. Continue team info. You're going to indicate what you're going to use Slack for, which is for work. You don't really have to give too much detail on this, but we're a tech company, so technology. How big is the company? The size that you have, number of people you have there, and your role is usually owner or so business owner is a good one. Are you manager? Report to you? Yes. You can do company name, and we're going to call this Small Business Automation Society Association. Sorry, Small Business Automation Society Demo. I think is probably a good one, right? Okay. SBAA stuff. I'm never going to use this again, by the way. So you can feel free to try to, be invited to this if you want to. Anyway, we're going to create it. I agree. And it is now here. I'm not going to invite anyone just yet because I just want to set it for myself. And I highly recommend that you just set this up for yourself before you try to get other people in here, so it looks like neat and presentable and people get the idea of what it is. So we're going to skip the tutorial here, but you're not going to want to skip it. You probably want to watch the tutorial. I'm just not going to go through it right now. But definitely watch that tutorial. It'll tell you everything you know about Slack in a really streamlined, easy way. So you can see on the side here, let me see if I can expand this outward a little bit more. You see the different channels here. You see general and random are the only two that are there. I'm going to go ahead and create a channel for each one of the operations that a business has. I'm going to go very basic here. You're probably going to find more of these as you go. But, definitely don't, skimp out on this because you want to have this as segmented and as detailed and specific as possible. So we're going to go ahead and add some channels. We're going to create a new channel. We're going to call this one leads. I like new leads personally. So new leads. Okay. The purpose. This channel is designed to handle distribution of leads. We're not missing any invites out yet, but if you had people to invite, you click here and you invite them in. You're going to create a channel. New leads is here. Now you're going to go here. You're going to call this administrative action. This channel, I'm going to type this in. This channel is essentially something that will be used for the managers and the admins and the clerical people on the team to keep track of stuff that needs to get done. If there are people who need to be onboarded, this is where that's about. If there are changes to a system that have been made, this is where you do that. Or if there are simply, management level things that you need done in your business, this is where you talk about those things. You would only invite the people into this channel that this pertains to. So you wouldn't bring your salespeople into the admin channel. So you wouldn't throw your admins into the sales channel. So that's how you keep your people separated and focusing on their, staying in their lane, right? This channel is designed to help management discuss admin issues. Create that channel. Go up here, create one more channel, a few more channels actually, but we're going to just go through a few more of these. You should be writing a blog for your business. If you don't have some kind of writing that you're doing for your business, you're slowing yourself down majorly, right? So you're going to type in blog, and the purpose is going to be this channel is to discuss blog topics. The blog is so important to what you're trying to do, and I can't possibly stress this enough, because what you're looking at doing is essentially putting content out into the world. And this is a big part of the lead generation thing that we're going to talk about. You're putting content out into the world that people care about in your industry. And if they care about it, they're going to follow you. If they follow you, they might just hire you. That's kind of the way that it works, right? So you want to be able to constantly creating relevant content, even if you're a terrible writer yourself. Like some of us just can't write. But what you want to do is have someone in your organization be writing down ideas, or at least you write down the ideas and hire someone to copyright those for you, to write the actual text that out for you. That's very important. Okay, so you've got admin, blog, general, and new leads. Now what we're going to do, we're going to talk about product development. Okay, now this is for your dev team. Because no matter what you're in, you always have products. If you're a t-shirt company, you're developing new shirts and new graphics all the time. You have your developer, your designer in this with you. So product development is going to be huge. This channel is designed to discuss upcoming and future products and programs. Okay? Create that channel. You're going to create a couple more channels here too, but I'm not going to try to overdo it necessarily, but I think it'll be important. Chances are you're going to have some demos for your product if it's something that people need to understand, so demo schedule is going to be the next one. This channel is designed to coordinate and schedule demos with prospective clients. Okay? We're going to show you how to get people into this demo schedule. The thing is, guys, as we have tasks that are done, as we do things, these are going to get filled up automatically. That's the whole Automation Academy thing we're talking about here. It's actually very cool. So as someone schedules a demo, and I'll show you how to get them to schedule a demo too, but as someone schedules a demo, you're going to go ahead and have this integrated with your scheduler, which I'll show you how to do. It's actually very cool. Okay. So this is kind of it for right now. We don't have to get too much deeper into this. I also like to have a current clients, so we can keep track of issues that current clients have. There's an intake form that we're going to show you how to build. The current clients can go and say like, oh, I'm having issues with this, or I need help with this. It'll put this right in Slack, so everyone on the fulfillment team will get this right away. So there's no downtime. There's no, oh, I didn't get your call. Nothing. No excuses. Right. This channel is designed to help the fulfillment team satisfy client requests. Okay? Something like that. And I always put these down just so you know. So people who see this, we plug people into the system, they understand what it means. There's no like confusion. I mean, you create this channel. This is the very beginning. You talk about what the purpose of the channel is. Easy, right there. So that's where the purpose comes in. Okay, so you built out Slack the way I want you to build out Slack. Now what you're going to do is invite your people there. So you can click on Invite People. You're going to create an invite link, and you're going to send this to everybody who's on your organization, have them log in. And then when they log in, you're going to want them to do a few things. You want them to watch a tutorial video yourself too. You don't have to train them. Slack has training on this. So if they're like, I don't know how to do this, tell them to learn. This is a system you're building for them to succeed. So they need to put work in to make sure they're getting the most out of the system. What you might want to do for yourself, now that I have you on here, is you probably want to go into profile and account. You want to add a picture of yourself here. What you do, so you just, operations. What's your status? We're going to leave it. Your status is very important. You can change this when you're busy and when you don't have time to talk to people. You can actually set that in. You put your phone number, you put your Skype. You save those changes right there. You might want to change the picture too if you really want to. It's not really important, but you can. The way to do that is, of course, you just edit your profile, change your profile picture, go down to wherever your pictures are, and just choose the picture that's most relevant to what you're looking to do. Save it. Eventually, good. You click Save Changes down here, and you're pretty much done. You're pretty much done with what you need to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to dive into the next video, which is going to be setting up Trello. Okay, Trello is going to be another huge thing that we're going to talk about. That's going to help you with all the task management stuff that you're going to be working through. Super important. I mean, categorically important. So I'll leave you with this under 15 minutes. Thank goodness. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is helpful. Please continue on to the next videos because that's where you're going to get all of the follow-up information there. So thank you. Have a great day.